Here's a great example of extreme wear on a drill. This is one I did in southeast Kansas. It's on a 750 drill, John Deere, and I used a drill fix kit from Craycraft. He's the one who actually supplies Shoop with theirs, and that's from him. He's out of North Carolina. And here's an example here. That's a 14-inch cutting disc now, John Deere, and behind is an 18-inch Ingersoll. So 18 inches is what it is brand new. Some are 18 3/4. But you can tell here, look at the wear around the disc itself. And where the hub was, I mean, there's a groove that, I don't know, maybe it's a 32nd or a 16th of an inch is massive wear. And these boots, you can't get much more wear on a boot than that. I mean, that's just basically never changing your discs. And the only thing you're doing with these now are hunting woolly mammoths. They're sharp as spears now. And here's the boot ear after I drilled it out. Now the basic kit to insert there is, that's a sleeve right there, and it's a 3/8 bolt lock nut. And you see there's anti-seize on that, and you're going to be glad you put anti-seize in the years that come when you have to take those out. So there's 16 of them. I did the back row. And here to the left that's one from Reddy. I really like their products as well. They just didn't happen to make a 750 compatible, which you need that little thinner bone-shaped, or it's just going to be too thick where you won't be able to line up the bolt. And what's good about Drill Fix, though, from Craycraft, you get this handy-dandy installation beater to drive in those sleeves. And you just put it right on the end like that. And then just take your sledgehammer and beat it in. But here's one thing you want to be very careful about, especially if you've never done it before. Just once you beat it through that first part, it's going to slide and want to go into the next part. And make sure you line it up with that hole again by hand, and then continue to beat it, because if you hit it, it's going to bend it, and it's happened before to me, and then it's ruined, and you're going to have to get a new sleeve. And to order those up and wait for another few days as you're in the middle of work sucks. So here, for the bolt itself, you want to add anti-seize on it also. And I like to place it on my hammer just so it doesn't get grimy when I'm putting it on. Now, I'm holding this with my right hand, and that's just one finger on that spring. Make sure it's the right position, the long part and that lip. And I'm going to show you how to put this on without taking off the hub and the press wheel or anything like that. So you just lift up that press wheel and you slide up there and it will click. And it's going to go cockeyed, the boot. So I pick up my bolt and I let it go cockeyed where it comes out from where the press wheel is. See that? And you just want to put it in there where it's just held on by like one thread. That's all you need. And it will hold it there. And once you do that, you move that press wheel out of the way and you reline how the boot should be. And you just wiggle it up and down, and it will eventually go in there. And it usually goes in 95% of the time. Sometimes you'll need a hammer, and it gets frustrating, but after a while you know how to do it right. Now you just put on the lock nut. And if you saw earlier, I don't buy the John Deere OEM bolts. I just buy a regular grade 8 4 1/4 inch bolt. And you don't need to waste your money on John Deere's overpriced stuff. Save the farmers money if you're going to do their stuff. But one thing, you don't want it tightened down all the way, and a regular bolt won't have that limited threading like John Deere has. So you just simply you'll feel it, you tighten it, and your wrist will move, and you know it's tightened against there, and you don't want that. So just back it off a few turns, and now the boot's going to be moving freely. The spring pressing it against the disc. And as you see, there's just a little space there. That's all you need. And when all is said and done, 98% of the improper play is gone. And another nightmare to avoid is when you put these feeder tube bolts back in, just get it to where your impact starts snapping. And if not, you're going to have a nightmare to deal with if you break it off in there. So thanks for watching.